18 years. Where does the time go? 18 years ago tonight, the families of 10 lives were forever changed, and Oklahoma State University became a tighter family than it already was. 18 years ago tonight, I watched one of the best basketball games I have ever seen. Duke vs. Maryland in College Park, Maryland, January 27th, 2001. Duke was down 10 on the road with less than a minute left to play. In a matter of 15 seconds, Duke cut Maryland's lead to 2. Duke got the game to overtime and carried the momentum of that 10-point comeback in 55 seconds to win the game. You can see the end of that game on YouTube. It was an incredible game. When that game ended, my roommates and I turned on the radio in our house on Cantwell Street to listen to our Cowboys take on the Colorado Buffaloes in Boulder, Colorado. This game wasn't televised. Most games then weren't televised like they are now, but that was okay because we loved listening to the best play-by-play guy in the business, Bill Teagans. He was a sports anchor for a TV station in Oklahoma City and was the voice of Oklahoma State football and basketball. He really was the best. Little did we know that would be the last game he would call. A couple hours after the game, our house phone started blowing up. People telling us to turn on the news. One of the planes that left Colorado did not make it back to Stillwater that night. At that time, Oklahoma State basketball was taking typically 2 planes to away games. Now they take 1 jet. No one knew where it was or what had happened. No one knew who was on the plane at the time, other than the Oklahoma State basketball family that had made it back to Stillwater safely on another plane. We were glued to the TV. We were all hoping the plane had to turn around and had landed back in Colorado, but that was not the case. One of the 3 planes had crashed. There was no word on survivors, no word on who was on the plane, no word on what had happened. Now let's flash back to the summer before that 2000-2001 season. One of my best friends, BJ, he was coaching at OC Cage Camp in Edmond, Oklahoma. He's still a basketball coach to this day. So during that summer, we'd go up to the dorms at night and hang out with the coaches after the athletes that were attending that camp had gone to bed. And one of the coaches there, his name was Jared Weiberg. I introduced myself. I had to. We were both Cowboys. The previous season, Jared was a walk-on player under Coach Eddie Sutton. I can remember chanting his name when we were blowing out teams, hoping our chants would persuade Coach Sutton to put him in the last minute. It actually worked a few times. Then the following season, the 2000-2001 season, Jared was going to be a student manager. He wanted to coach. It was in his blood. His dad was a coach. His brother was a coach. It's what he was born to do. And I'm really glad I introduced myself to Jared that summer. He was a down-to-earth guy, one of the nicest guys I'd been around. So that fall semester of 2000, I used to ride my bike to class a lot, and the quickest route to one of my classes was riding through the basketball office parking lot. And for some reason, the timing of my ride through the parking lot of the basketball offices coincided with the timing of Jared walking from his car to the offices quite often. I would stop, we would chat. He didn't have to stop and talk to me, but that was Jared. He made time, he cared. If Jared saw me sitting in the student section during a game, he'd give me a wave. His parents raised him right. And I know they will probably never read this, but they raised an amazing kid. And kids. So later that night of January 27th, 2001, we would find out who the victims of the plane crash were. Oklahoma State lost 10 amazing people. Jared was one of them. I remember driving to Tonkawa for Jared's memorial service, and fittingly enough, it was in the basketball gym there, and it was standing room only. 18 years. It feels like it was yesterday, and I can remember most of that week and the weeks after very vividly, especially the next game that was against Missouri. It was the loudest I'd ever heard Gallagher-Iba. Campus was different, people were different. I was never prouder to be a student at Oklahoma State, and I'm even more proud now as an alumnus. 18 years. It's hard to believe it's been that long. Remember the 10.